What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Crime Pays, but does you like to wince? I just want to wince. Like I just ate a turd. All right, I did. I ate a metaphorical turd. I was looking at the fucking all the garbage around me in the car slum surrounding Austin, Texas. It makes me, ugh. You gotta get the corn kernels out of your teeth from the turd you just ate, the spiritual turd. But now I'm at this beautiful spot, this relic prairie with all these cool plants, but it's about to get destroyed. To build, I don't know what they're gonna build. They just scraped it. They scraped it last year. A bunch of shit came back. Now they're gonna sell it. They're gonna build fucking apartments or some, I don't know, some tacky shit. Shit's happening all over Texas. It's really sad. We're losing a lot of these plant communities that belong to everybody and just belong to the rest of the fucking biosphere with which we live. All right, this isn't political. This isn't the either side of the political spectrum. This isn't hippy dippy shit. There's nothing wrong with that. If there is, you know, this is just having a respect for the rest of the fucking biosphere that supports us, that supports the food chain. So it makes me wonder, why is there so much disrespect for it? Why is it just being discarded as if it's worthless and unimportant? That's fucking insanity. It's the marks of a civilization in decline. But we don't need to even talk about all that. Let's just do a quick survey before all this stuff is lost for good. Let's go check it out. These sites are irreplaceable. You can't just move the plants somewhere else. The plants look the way they do because they evolved in this habitat. Look at this fucking soil, man. They need this. This is what they evolved with. Polygola alba. Is that what that is? That white little polygola? Look at this stuff. It's irreplaceable. It's fucking so unique and cool. Calcareous mud. It's basically just weathered limestone. Originally, it was calcium carbonate, the cell walls of these single-celled protists that float in the ocean, the fucking Jurassic Ocean. Oh, is that Erodium texanum? And then it turned into calcareous ooze at the bottom of the ocean. Then that lithified, turned into fucking limestone. Then that limestone got uplifted. Now it got weathered by rainwater, and now you've got this calcareous mud that Salvia texana is growing in. Jesus. Look at that. Namesake Salvia of Texas got no protections here. It's just nuts that the fucking biosphere isn't afforded any right to exist. Like it's just, in the eyes of society and these shitbag developers, these empty-headed developers, it's just land that's sitting there doing nothing. And this is happening all over Texas. It's a death cult. It's just insane. Tons of onions, Eumelampodium, the Thela fucking sperm everywhere. Hymenopapus, that weird composite right there, that guy. And then the fucking blazing star, Liatris punctata, I think. That thing is amazing. Look, it's got a big root down there. All those red stems go down to that main root. This is Vernonia lindheimeri. I think this might even be a Texas endemic. Look at how scabbard and hairy those are. That's just built for the heat. As the climate starts drying out as you move west across the North American continent. Big root in the ground. Excellent flowers. These are all late bloomers, late fall or late summer bloomers. And they're gonna be gone to put up a fucking Ross dress for less or some shit. It's like obscene. You gotta laugh. It's so sick and fucking twisted. It's like a bad Simpsons cartoon. You know when the Simpsons gets really cynical and dystopic? It's like that. Yeah, gotta get rid of this. We need a parking lot and a fucking a Buc-ee's or something. It just gets so stupid. The shit they replace it with is so... I laugh, but I'm crying inside. You know, comedy and tragedy, they're like this. Anyway, Texas yellow star, Lindheimera texana, a member of the Silphium tribe, Engelmanniae, of Asteraceae, the sunflower family. 5 petals, and just by looking at it, I already knew it. Just by looking at the file areas, I knew this was a relative of Silphium. The compass plant, the fucking cup plant, those cool prairie... Little prairie clay to sunflower. Look at all that blazing star. See all those red stems? It's all Liatris. This just someone who's, you know, the developer, this probably just looks like weeds, but this is such a rich spot. This is a spot that cleanses your fucking soul. A spot like this fills the hole within yourself, you know? It's so much more than just some nice shit to look at. Does a developer ever feel stuff like that? I don't know. Let's fucking dose them. Anyway, Chromaria lanceolata, a parasite. Look at that. This is actually pretty cool because it's turned those 3 petals into oil producing, actually those 2 lower petals into lipid producing molecules for bees in the genus Centris, which could collect that oil and feed them to their young. You can see the 3 petals up top. The big shits, those big pink shits, those are just the sepals. The petals, look at those 2 cup. They look weird. They look really kind of sexual, almost perverted. You get the green ovary in the center that'll mature into the fruit. Chromaria have like a kind of a sticky fruit with Velcro on it. You can see it's just prostrate bastard coming back from a central root down there. The central root. This is the one that grows in Florida too in the sand scrub. I was really excited about seeing it. You got a species of allium of onion, the tiny bulb at the base of that does indeed smell like onion. Those are the fruits maturing. The flowers are gone. Those little capsule fruits will be done in a week or 2, and you'll have plenty of seed. Tons of Thelosperma. Of course, this is an oak. I guess it's just fusiformis. Look how good she is. He's not him. I love you, Jack, but he's gotten really bad in his old age. He's just, he's okay. He's not like at the shitting on the floor stage yet, but actually he pissed at the top of the steps. I think he was mad at me. He definitely knew what he was doing. The white shits are all Melampodium out there. And just that fucking Liatris. God, that's one of the most impressive plants. It's crazy, man. People have no idea. That's one of the cool blazing star. And again, not much soil here. This is kind of a hard site to grow in, probably. These limestone prairies in Texas are really cool, but they're also very stressful. It's pleasant out right now. In a few days it's going to get hot as fuck. And this stuff is, look at this, it's all rain lilies, it's all zephyranthes right there. See those glaucous leaf blades? They're in fruit. Little black flaky seeds inside. That yellow composite's Tetraneris linearifolia. If you want this stuff in your yard, and you should, if you want to cleanse your spiritual palate, of all the scum and filth from things like, waiting in line at the bank or having to talk to people at the cell phone company, whatever, they're just being reduced to a mindless consumer. You want to cleanse your spiritual palate, kill your lawn, come out to a place like this, collect seed, or even in a spot like this, just dig up plants. If you know it's slated for development like this one is. I hate saying that. The idea of digging plants used to be so foreign to me, but in Texas, nothing's protected, and there's so much land clearance going on, you kind of have to. Hymenopappus, this is a nice one too, another Asteraceae. Sisyrinchium, the blue-eyed grass, it's an iris. It's basically just remember the iris family, Iridaceae. Cleanse your spiritual palate. Look at it. Got Eisenhardia popping up. This thing gets, this guy, you could tell it got scraped because this gets pretty big. This is normally a 6 or 7 foot, 8 foot tall plant. Butterflies go batshit over it. It's got big white flowers. They smell like vanilla, kind of like cream. Who's this guy? Some sort of helianthus or something? I don't know. Could be a silphium. Got the Thelosperma all over the ground with that filamentous foliage, that linear foliage. Again, this is a prairie, but this is a thin soiled prairie, and it's a dry site, and it gets hot as balls in summer. So a lot of it's, as we move west across the North American continent, we go from the Mesic East to the arid west, and Austin and the Edwards Plateau is kind of in between, and you get a lot of endemics because the Edwards Plateau is this island of limestone with wetter areas to the east, more humid areas to the east, and drier areas to the west. The stuff that evolved on the Edwards Plateau, and it's a little bit higher elevation, the stuff that evolved on the Edwards Plateau, you get a lot of endemic stuff that only grows on the Edwards Plateau. Look at that Giliastrum, that's nice. Really cool. Onothera, what is this, Berlandieri? One of the evening primroses. Flowers are really going off at night. Oh, is there a beetle drunk inside there? Just like a drunk passed out in a urinal. Who's that guy? Look at, these are flowers that are waiting to go off. Yeah, there you go. That nice red color to those sepals. See that? I would call that diagnostic. And that dentate margin on those thin leaves. So we're starting to see more traits of plants that like arid climates. You got the fuzz. You got the fuzzy shits like this Salvia texana. There's Barry losing his. He's just neurotic. Neurotichealer.com. Salvia texana, seeing more hairs. You're seeing thicker roots and some of the stuff that grows out here, like the Liatris punctata, like this guy, a big basal root to die back to during winter or during a dry spell. Tons of Thelosperma. So anyway, let's keep going. Oh, speaking of Liatris, this dude didn't get the memo. These are late summer bloomers. And this guy just shut up. Look how the stem's not red like these others. But it's coming from that same corm, that same basal root. But that's good, because I can show you what this plant looks like. The blazing stars, related to stevia. in the same tribe with those long styles. Eupatorii is the name of that tribe, and Asteraceae. Those flower heads. You got how many flowers per head? And Liatris 4 or 5. God, that's a fucking banger. All the Liatris are amazing. Wish we got them further out west. You get punctata. You get an eco type of... Jesus, Barry Christ. Dog CBD, man. But you got Liatris punctata. You got a variety of it out there west in the Chihuahua Desert. But generally, it's eastern species. Hey, there you go. See, look at the filaries. It looks like Simsia calva. When you're standing back, there's Simsia calva here too, but when you get close, look at those filaries, which are diagnostic for Asteraceae. Look at all the goddamn hairs on those, though. Jesus. Stiff little hairs. But you look at the filaries compared to with Simsia calva, much different. And the leaves, too, are, of course, much differently shaped. How's the old Zephyrin? It's not ready yet. I don't want to open that fruit yet. Papery black seeds inside. Yeah, there's a Texas Lone Star, Golden Shower, whatever it's called, Linheimera. See that? There's those, and like most members of the tribe Engelmanniae, only the outer florets in that flower head are fertile, so that's where the seeds are. Those are the seeds right there. I'm going to collect these and grow this dainty little shit. Hymenopappus artemisiaefolius is this guy. We get Scabiosaeus in South Texas. They're all pretty nice. What's this guy doing? What's he doing? These beetles. Real nice illustration of what's going on with the sunflower family, because the florets, the individual flowers, are so spread apart, aggregated together on that head, that you can really see what's going on with them. That what looks initially like just one flower is actually composed of many flowers. These beetles, man, they're just fiddly fucking around, getting hammered and banging in these flowers, pollinating them too. As you can see, the black in the back, that's the receptacle. The florets will fall off, and the seeds, those black things are actually the seeds. So that's the come collect seed of this. Wonder when they're going to sell this. It hasn't sold yet, but when it does, they'll scrape it all, and it's probably going for a ton of money too. This is a relatively wealthy area. Cicerynchium, it's so sad. You know, but if grass didn't take up so much fucking space, you could just get this shit in people's yards. Like, why is that person not growing this shit over there? It used to grow there 80 years ago, probably. The lawn is a really sick and twisted fucking cult, man. It really is. You see these dudes, it's a fucking brainwashing, man. You get these suburban men just into the cult of the lawn. They just really fixate on control and mowing it down and keeping it shut and neat and tidy. Feels good. Get him a shrink. Kill the lawn. Have this be your lawn. Look at that. Much more beautiful, much more low maintenance, much more full of life. Oh, so I see what happened. They scraped this all away, and stuff is just coming back. This is Sideroxylon lanuginosum. We get Sideroxylon celestrinum where I live, in the South Texas borderlands, aka Coma. Produces edible fruit, very sweet. Great fucking tree. And this is in the same genus. Lanuginosum, adapted to a little bit less stressful of an environment and climate than celestrinum, which I've seen peyote growing under. That'll give you an idea of how hot celestrinum likes it. What is this Zephyranthes, man? That's nice. Seed's not quite ready yet, but it's very robust. Erodium taxanum, native member of the geranium family. Little storkbill. What the fuck are you? What are you doing? Get out of here, Larry. Get out. She's doing she's making doggy head massage. No, pick. There you go. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, look who's here. You little asshole. There we go. Marshallus cespitosa Asteraceae. All right, a sunflower trying to be an onion, trying to look like an onion. Look at that. You can see the individual florets, just like the Hymenopappus, really easily with those pink styles. More Thelosperma. Rus virens. Nice looking sumac right there. Oh, Berberis trifoliata, agarita. Damn, look at that. How'd you like to get that? Look at it. It's a fucking rock garden iris. That thing's sick, man. Look at the color on it. Look at the color palette, you prick. Cicerynchium are so cool. They are hard. I have not even looked at the floral key for this genus, but there's a lot of diversity in it. Really cool. And here's one that likes arid microsites on thin-soiled limestone prairies. Giliastrum, too. nice polemon. Look at that guy. I remember seeing this on Chihuahua Desert, like West Texas. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that calyx. Look at those. Oh, those darker purples. I like it. Very nice. It's the dainty little shit. Get some seed of that. How many seeds are lying dormant in the seed bed, waiting to go off? Because not all seed, the seed batch won't all germinate at the same year. Some will germinate now, some will germinate 5 years from now. Nice melon-podium. That white flower, opposite leaves. That little daisy. It's mind-blowing to me that this is stuff, demolishing a site like this is stuff that affects everybody, but not everybody's got a say in it. Just the schmuck that owns this, the developer. That's crazy. You could like rob the commons for self-gain. Just to build some tacky shit that nobody wants anyway. Who the fuck wants a fucking another Ross dress for lesser? Ooh, what's this hedioma? Oh, is that asteroides? I just seen this last year. That's a nice one. That's a nice little mint. Ah. Oh, God, it smells good. Jesus. Get some hedioma in your yard. That's a nice one. There's that Vitis berlandii, that grape. We got more of that giliastrum. You see right there? Look at that's a fucking lovely flower. And again, look at how long those calyx lobes are, those sepals. Oh, with the nice little yellow part inside. This is a cool one, a lesser known bean. Society for the Appreciation of Lesser Known Beans. This you'd think it was a mimosa at first, but there's no spines and it's really smooth. You got that red stem and kind of like a velvety. It's probably a desmanthus. And looking at it, it was a desmanthus. There's a couple different ones, virgatus, volutinus. I think volutinus is one of them. I don't know. Anyway, I've never seen this one before, I don't think. But that's a nice, look at that. You got this little mimosa flowers. See that? Again, a flower head, a composite flower head, tons of yellow anthers. Ooh, look at it. Look at it. You get the red calyx. You got is that the corolla that's green? I didn't even look close enough. Took macro shots. And you've got those, what the fuck? The outer florets on this head. Are those just sterile? There's no anthers on them. And they're much longer than the stamens on those inner flowers. Is that just like is it just serving a purpose of attracting pollinators or what? That's pretty weird. I didn't even notice that at first. I don't notice it till I'm looking at it up close. This is nice. Penstemon cobea. It seems like it's a little early. Penstemon is a fucking wonderful genus. More species rich out west. You could see the beard tongue. It's got that staminode. An infertile stamen with those hairs on it. That's why I call it the beard tongue. 4 stamens. Plantaginaceae, the family. Order Lamiales, order of mints. You got those four anthers. You can see them up top. 4 stamens that look like they're like, greenhouse rods supporting a hoop house on the inside. Then the style is, oh yeah, it's right there in the middle. It's just that white rod without an anther on it. Good way to tell what a penstemon is, even if it's not flowering, is you always have opposite leaves. This one, obviously, these leaves are perfoliate. And then you got a persistent style. So this is a post-mature flower. The flower already fell off, and the style remains. Look at it. Look how glandular that thing is. Penstemon cobea. Goes on up into Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma. And it just seems a little early here, but, who knows. There's some more over there. Penstemon is a great genus. Super species rich, and they stink. When they're dried, there's a secondary metabolite. There's a chemical in there that smells like hell. Probably discourages herbivory, but in an herbarium cabinet, they fucking stink, which is kind of funny. Look at all that blazing star. Just looks like weeds to a developer, looks like grass, but is that beautiful pink flower I showed you over there. Where the fuck did it go? I don't even know where it went. Anyway, I just showed it to you. You know what I mean. Look, this place is probably going off in the fall. I wonder if the people in them houses notice it. I hope so. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Jesus, that's a fucking huge flower. Look at that Onothera macrocarpa. Getting ready to go off. Macrocarpa, you could see why they're calling it that. Getting ready, just opened. I guess it's probably, got diurnal pollinators too, but I'm sure it's probably... Actually, no, look at that tube. Look at that long tube. That thing's getting hit by moths. You got moths going in there. What's it smell like? Hold on. Nah, it's not emitting a scent. Or it's just not emitting a scent yet. Lots of moth-pollinated flowers don't even start producing scent until evening. But it's getting late. Javier's been really tolerant. We've been out here fucking around for 2 hours. You got friends that get annoyed when you do shit like this. You got to find new friends. or just at least not drag them out with you. Look at those flowers opening. Those are getting ready. See, there's the flower. There's the ovary subtending it. See that little capsule? This will be opening tonight, and then, or opening probably tomorrow, I assume. You see two different types of Onathra. Look at that fucking thing. That species, I think that's Berlandii. This is Macrocarpa. I didn't mean it about the friends. Don't ditch your friends. But definitely, if you got a spouse that's not into this shit and you're into this stuff, you got to get rid of that. Break up immediately. Don't fucking get married. I mean, I think marriage should be banned anyway. But I'm just saying, look at that beautiful pattern. All those 8 stamens. 8 stamens, 4 petals, and a 4-lobed stigma. Indicative synapomorphies of Onograceae. Right? Shared traits of Onograceae, the evening primrose family. I can't get over how I've never seen this in flower before. I've only seen pictures, and I've only seen it in fruit. And got those linear leaves and probably a very thick and robust root in the ground for these dry areas. These Berlandii, right? Look at that. These just opened too. They weren't open an hour ago. We've been here that long. Look at those fruits. Look at those maturing fruits, which started out that size and then mature. They quintuple in size, and it becomes like a big papery sheath when it's ready. Bunch of seeds inside. That's wild. God damn. Look at that long ass tube. Totally, just for a proboscis on a moth or a butterfly, just long enough. Look into my floral tube. Look at all those pollen grains. Oh, there's a beetle in there. What the fuck? What's he doing in there? He's not the intended pollinator of this thing. Oh, this is sick. I haven't seen this one in 3 or 4 years. Salvia engelmannii. Looks like a, no offense to Salvia texana, looks like a cooler Salvia texana. Yeah, those little cuculate hoods. You got the style coming down there. There's those stamens closer in. Dust the bumblebees back. Big landing pad for the bees, for the native bees. I want to make shirts that say fuck the honeybees. The honeybees have been really bad. We're like pests. Like, you're outside eating and they're like flies here. The native bees, the Macroterra, the Melisodes, all the I want the native bees. Fuck the honeybees. Fuck the European honeybees. They're like cows. You want cows or bison. No offense to cows. It's not their fault. They're dumb as bricks. Anyway, look at this. Look at those long leaves. Not much surface area and covered in hairs. Because again, remember, the climate's drying out as you move west. The region dries out, less annual rainfall. Look at those calyces. Corollas are already out. Those are just the fused sepals, the calyces. Calyx, singular, calyces, plural. That's a great plant. I haven't seen that in a while, man.
Is that?
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, that's Chromaria lanceolata too. Yeah, wild. This genus can be there's 6 foot tall shrubs. Chromaria cystisoides in Nuevo Leon. I've seen them in Chile. There's a succulent member in Chile. And again, no nectar reward. Only rewarding pollinators in the genus Centris, bees in the genus Centris, with oils. Produces oils. You got lipid producing glands at the base of that. That Jack is really he's really invading my personal bubble right now. But yeah, those 2 cups. See that this flower is inverted. There's the green ovary. It'll mature into the Velcro fruit. It's like a fruit, like a little bugger. And then there's those 2 cups, and then the anthers are those white things, and those cups, I believe, are what produce the oil, the lipids, for that the female centris bees feed their young. And you got every Chromaria flower is different, but in terms of where the lipid producing glands are. Yeah, that's why. That's wild. Look at that massive bastard. God, grow this and get it in your fucking yard. That'd be a nice thing. I think, with Texas's fetish for private property, the only hopes of preserving anything is getting it in yards, because any last crumb of wild habitat is going to be destroyed and paved over. Look at all that liatris. That's all blazing star waiting to go off. Oh, you got verbicina in there too. Looks like a fuzzier blazing star. Anyway, I don't want to tell you to come out here and start digging, because I don't know the status of it, if it's, whatever. It'd be better to wait till it's gone to seed, but definitely keep an eye on this spot, see what's going on with it. Is that little blue stem? Oh, yeah. Looks like it. See what's going on, pay attention to it. I'll put the address in here, and You know, if you find out, whoa, look at that giant caterpillar. If you find out, if it seems like it's about to get murked, come in here and start rescuing plants. I hate even calling it that, rescuing. It's you're digging, you're fucking them up, you're digging them, removing them from habitat. It sucks, but it's what you got to do in a state where there's no protections for this stuff, and everything's private. There's no like crumbs set aside. There's a couple crumbs set aside. This is all little blue stem, I think. This is all Schizachyrium scoparium. Look at that beautiful blue color. Beautiful native grass. Damn. Thanks to thin soils. It's sad, but you know, living in Texas is living in a world of ecological. Living in the United States, living in the fucking world in the 21st century is, you know, we gotta come correct. Don't worry, we'll get checked eventually. Alright, that's all I gotta have. A great day. Go fuck yourself. Bye.